Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from BM9, Group 1, and today we are going to present about the satisfaction survey on PlayStation products. And this is our group members, Amjad, Izul, Irfan, Ikmal, and including me, Muhammad Amar. And these are the contents that we are going to present today. Respondents' information, objectives and methodology, graph and analysis, and recommendation. So we move to the chapter 1, which is respondents' information, presented by me, Muhammad Amar bin Hamzah, and my matrix number is 1200683. So the first one is gender. Based on this pie chart, it shows the result from the male respondents and female respondents. So it shows that 31.4%, which is 16 out of 51 of the respondents are female, and 68.6%, which is 35 out of 51 are male. This difference of 37.2% indicates that more males answered the survey than females. And then we move to the respondents' age. The pie chart shows the respondents' age group for the market survey of PlayStation products. Most of the respondents are between 18 to 21 years old, with 82.4%, which is 42 out of 51 respondents, followed by 9.8%, which is 5 out of 51 are other age of respondents. Then 5.9%, which is 3 out of 51 of respondents aged between 26 to 30. And finally, the respondents are between 22 to 25 years old, showed the least number of respondents, which is only 2%, which is 1 out of 51. So that's all from me.
Thank you, Amma, for the good start of our presentation. My name is Muhammad Amjad bin Salahuddin. Metric number is 1202333. So, I will continue the explanation for the chapter 1, which is respondents' information. So, after the respondents' age group that presented by Amma, we have respondents' race. For this question, we list 4 races that well known in Malaysia. Number 1 is Malay, which is majority people in Malaysia was Malay people. Number 2 is Chinese, and number 3 is Indian people, and the last one is other, which means race that are not listed in the answer. Next, we move to the pie chart. We can see the survey results showed that 96.1%, which is 49 out of 51 people of respondents were Malay people. And the balance of the respondents was from other races. So clearly, there are no Chinese and Indian people that answer our market survey form. Next, we move to the second last question about respondents' information. The question that we ask is about their occupation. We have listed several occupations that we expect from our respondents. The first one is businessman or businesswoman. Number 2 is government workers, that followed by private sector workers, and the next one is student. Last but not least, we include others in the answer section if there are no occupation that comply with their actual job. So, now we can analyze the answer based on the pie chart. We can conclude that the highest percentage is 86.3%. This percentage indicates that most respondents are students, which is 44 out of 51 respondents. There are 5.9%, which is 3 out of 51 respondents working as government workers, and 5.9%, which is 3 out of 51 respondents also have other works that are not listed in the answer section. Now, we are at the last question about respondents' information, which is respondents' living area. For this question, we list 3 answers, which is rural area, urban area, and suburban. So this question is about to survey respondents' background from any location that most play the PlayStation products. So from the data, most of the respondents are from the urban area, which is 43.1% equivalent to 22 out of 51 people. The second most are respondents from the rural area, 39.2%, which is 20 out of 51%, followed by suburban area, which is the last one, 15.7%, which is 8 out of 51 people. So we can see that respondents from the urban area are most play the PlayStation products. We have settled explanation on the respondents' information. Now, I want to explain about our objectives. We have 3 objectives that we put in our survey. Number 1, we want to know how often customers use the PlayStation in the whole day. Second objective is we want to know whether consumers prefer to play the PlayStation offline or online using the internet. Last but not least, we want to identify the recommendations to improve the lack of PlayStation products. So, these 3 objectives is our main reason this survey has been made. The last part is explanation on methodology. I have listed the 5 key points in this part. So, I will start with method on how we do this survey. For the method on we get the answer for this survey is we go through the Google form. As we know, we still in new norm, which is we live with COVID-19 disease. So Google form is the best way to get the response from the respondents. Next, our purpose doing this survey is to obtain information and feedback from respondents about the PlayStation products. Gladly, we have total 51 respondents that give good cooperation while they respond to our survey. For this survey, we asked 10 questions about the satisfaction of the respondents to the PlayStation products. It is very important to us because this question will help us to achieve our objectives and purpose. Last but not least, we are very sorry for the several data in our analysis that may not be accurate due to the system error. We hope all of you can understand this problem, and the error does not give big effect at all, so don't worry. That's all from me, and I will pass this presentation to Irfan. Thank you.
First, places prefers play PlayStation. Where do you play your PlayStation game? Based on the figure 1, 51 respondents were asked about the place where they play PlayStation game. They were given 3 answers: the living room, at the desk, and others. 27 out of 51 respondents, 50%, choose the living room over the other 2 places. This might be because the living room is the place that has more space and it's comfortable. Other than that, the living room is where their brothers and others can join them playing. Next, the lowest choice is at the desk with the 10 vote, 20%. Last but not least, 14 out of 51 respondents, 27%, choose others as their most preferred place to play. Second, connection to the internet. How is your PlayStation connected to the internet? For this question, the respondents were asked about their preference for an internet connection. The 3 answers are wireless, not using the internet. From the information shown in figure 2, the red color represents 32 out of 51 respondents, 63%, who choose Wi-Fi as their internet connection. Next, the orange represents 7 respondents, 14%, who said that their PlayStation do does not use the internet. Lastly, the green color represents for respondents 10% who prefer others as their internet connection. Next, type of display. What type of display do you use for your PlayStation? Figure 3 shows the survey result in which 51 respondents were asked about the type of display of their PlayStation. From the pie chart, it is clear that the majority, 37 out of 51, 73% choose the television as their PlayStation display. Other from that 27% have chosen PC monitor as display of PlayStation. This happened because the television has more outstanding quality than PC monitor. Other than that, almost all house in this world has television, so they use what they already have. Next, people who play together. When are you playing game on the PlayStation? With whom do you usually play? Figure 4 show the result of a survey where respondents were asked who their PlayStation was with. This pie chart shows that the effect on the three options seem to be the same. The most vote is friends, 18, 35%, and the lowest is 16, 32%. For the yellow color is people play PlayStation alone with nobody else, 17 out of 51, 33%. This may be because they are an only child or their home is far from the home of other friends. For question 5, when do you usually spend time on PlayStation? Figure 5 shows the survey result where respondents were asked when they usually spend time on their PlayStation. They were given 3 answers to choose from: on weekend, weekdays, and every day. The pie chart above shows that 16 out of 51 respondents, 31%, choose every day as their answer to the question. Next, 5 respondents, 10% choose on weekdays as their answer. This might be because they have free time on weekdays. Moreover, 30 respondents, 59%, choose on weekend as their answer.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Izul Hakimi bin Muhammad Ash'ari, and my trade number is 1200824. So today I'm gonna present to you about our market survey. So here is chapter 2, which is graph and analysis. So as you can see on the slide, the question is about average hours that the respondents spend on the PlayStation. So they were given 4 choices of answer, which is 1 to 2 hours, and the second one is 3 to 4 hours, and the third one is 5 to 6 hours, and the fourth one is more than 6 hours. So a huge number of respondents have chose 1 to 2 hours as their answer, which is 51% from the respondents, and the second highest is 3 to 4 hours, which is 33%, and followed by 5 to 6 hours and more than 6 hours, which is 8% each. So we will move on to the next slide, which is the question is asking about the type of internet that they use. So there's 5 answers that they have to choose, which is dial-up, DSL, fiber, cable, and others. So the respondent have chose fiber with a lead 35%, and the second one is 29%, which is cable, and 26%, which is others, and only 2% with dial-up, and 8% with DSL. So the next slide is about type of communicating on PlayStation. So the respondent were given 3 answers, which is the first one is headset or voice chat, and the second one is virtual or on-screen keyboard, and the last one is physical keyboard. So there's, as you can see in the pie chart, there's a huge lead on the headset or voice chat, which is 72% of the respondents choose as their answer, and only 12% choose virtual or on-screen keyboard, and the rest 60% choose physical keyboard as their answer. And the next slide is the question about the way to communicate with other players. So there's only 2 answers to choose, which is in-game chat and system party chat. So an amount of 75% of the respondents have chose in-game chat as their answer, and the rest 25% choose system party chat. And the next one is respondent overheating experience. So basically it's yes or no question, and more than at least 57% of the respondents choose yes as their answer, and the rest choose no as their answer. So that's it from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Iqmal bin Rosli, and my metric number is 1200687. Okay, today I would like to present about the chapter 3, which is suggestion and the feedback from the respondent that we ask. Okay, we go to the first one, which is the respondent suggestion to improve the PlayStation product. Okay, from the respondent, they give us 3 suggestions, which is the first one is they want to lower the price the product, which is PlayStation 5. Okay, the second one is they want to improve some safety for people. Okay, and the last one is they suggest more color for PlayStation because the product PlayStation 5 is only one color, which is white. Next, we go to the respondent feedback of the product. Okay, from the respondent, all 100% all respondents state that this PlayStation product is excellent in terms of quality. They are delighted and use it well. This is because most of them are teenagers who love to play the video games nowadays. Okay, now I will tell you about the Sony PlayStation survey. Okay, the part 1 is about the personality of the respondent, such as, okay, the first question is what is your gender? The second one is what is your age group? The third is what is your occupation? And the third is what is your race? And the last one is where is your living area? Okay, next we go to the next part, which is part 2. Okay, the question that we asked to the respondent is, the first one is where do you play your PlayStation game? The second one is how is your PlayStation connected to the internet? Next, what type of display do you use for your PlayStation? The next one is when you play games on the PlayStation, with whom do you usually play? And the next one is when do you usually spend your time on playing game on PlayStation 5? The next one is how many hours a day you spend on a PlayStation? Okay, the next is which kind of internet do you have in the household where the PlayStation you play primarily? And the next one is, what method do you use when communicating with your friends on PlayStation? And the last one is how do users usually communicate with other players when playing PlayStation games? Okay, and we go to the last chapter, which is part 3, which is we have only one question, which is, would you please give your suggestion and feedback to improve the PlayStation products? So, as I explained earlier, so that's the answer from the respondent. So, that's all from me. Thank you for listening to our presentation.